Today, let's take a look at a 3D scanner. And what is 3D scanning? See you guys inside. So today we're talking about 3D scanning, specifically 3dMakerPro's Moose scanner. We're going to unbox that here on the video today. And that's what this video is about, and gladly sponsored by E3dMakerPro. They sent me a Moose scanner. We're going to unbox it. We're going to take a look. We're going to look at the initial physical setup. And then probably what we'll do is a second video that focuses on looking at the JM Studio and actually the scanning process. So I want to take a look at the device today. Then we're going to do another video because not only do I have the Moose, I have the Seal Lite, which you can see on the multi-arm back here, right here. But I also have a couple scanners from Creality. But today we're going to unbox this. We're going to talk about 3D scanning and possibly set some expectations of what you're actually getting, okay? And we might tip on, is it right to scan this and do what you're planning to do? Might be worth thinking about and looking about, should you or should you not do it? So, again, we have the Moose scanner. It showed up. It's beautiful. It's cute. We're going to get this out of the box, but first, before we do, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the content, want to see more 3D scanning, I need that thumbs up button hit, guys. And also, if you got questions about it, please hit me up in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get this guy out of the case and take a look. All right, guys, so we've got the Moose. It's on the desk. Comes in a wonderful carrying case. This is the edition with the turntable. So this is the Moose. So there's the Moose and the Moose Lite. The Moose has a 0.03 accuracy with a 0.07 millimeter resolution. Scanning range is from 15 millimeters to 1500 millimeters. It uses AI visual tracking. It's supposed to be a little bit better than a lot of the scanners out there. And there are a lot of bell and whistles that you can get for it. One of the things that's kind of cool is, one, there is the multi-turntable. It is compatible. That runs about $250. Now, right now, if you were to get the Moose, it is, if you were getting it over the Black Friday offers, Cyber Monday, as this video is coming out, I believe that is still going on. The standard edition, you're going to get it for about $489. It's normally about $700. So this is a very expensive scanner with a lot of cool features. The kit I've got, I believe, is either the premium or the luxury. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can get with it. There's a smart grip handle you can get as an option. Different things that you can kind of add in to give this guy a little bit more functionality. So let's take a look at what we've got. Already unzipped it, already took it out of the box in the plastic. And initially when we open up, first thing off the bat, the manual. So you got the Moose and Moose Lite manual. Again, this one in my hand is the Moose. And it's going to show us what's in the kit with the packaging list and all those other things. We've got the turntable, we've got power supply, and we've got the turntable cable and the data transmission cable, the scanner, and the tripod onto a blank piece of paper. And then we've got our instructions on how to set it up. So I'm going to put those nicely up here. We're going to look at the top of the bag here. So I'm going to open this up, and we've got our cables. So we've got our data transmission cable, and it looks like our turntable cable. Awesome. Or no, here's the turntable cable. Then we've got the top of our turntable. So I think that is all the bells and whistles that are in here. Oh, no, there's a bolt. Okay. Don't know if that was supposed to be in there. And there's a silica packet in there. Then also there is a string you can put on the scanner itself. So then we open up the next compartment and we get to the actual scanner. So lots of prettiness here. You've got your turntable, the actual turntable itself. This will just click on. So I'm going to set that up here to the side. We've got our power brick, kind of extremely important power brick. This is a US-based power brick because I am in the US. Then we've got our tripod for the scanner to actually sit on. I do not have the smart grip. I only have the scanner itself. This scanner was sponsored by them for me to do testing with. So All right, so I'm gonna set that off to the side. Here's the enchilada itself. Here's the mousse. This is your scanner. Small, very compact, really light. That nice, beautiful 3dMakerPro logo. But the 3 lens process, the photo light, all of that is sitting here. And there's where that other screw comes into play. Now, I'm not sure if it's just meant to be a holder or another add-on to another device. USB cables going right there. And it is a very nice, simple, clean looking scanner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mock put it together here on the table. We'll time lapse that and I'll come back to you guys after I put it together. Okay guys, so I've got the scanner set up. You saw me do the bits. I plugged into the computer, I plugged it into power, and I plugged in the turntable to its own power to set everything up. Now it's time to go to the PC side. I'm on Mac for this right now, and this is my MacBook Pro, or not my MacBook Pro, my Mac Studio. It's a really powerful machine, really good machine. And you guys can see I'm on the JM Studio website. JM Studio is the software that you'll utilize for this scanner. It's a free download. You'll need to create an account for it when you go to use it, and it actually has profiles for your scanner already built into the program. So this is kind of the help site. You click the link, it'll take you to the download site where they have downloads for Windows. Depending on what you're doing, there is downloads for the Mac, iOS, and Android. I'm using Mac, so I've downloaded the Mac Studio. There is also other products called Wrap 3D and JM Color. Those are Windows only, so I can't use them on this PC, unfortunately. But those are your download sites, and also is your support site. This is the one specifically for the Moose. It has your manual, it has all the goodies that you need, and contacts and software, common questions about the scanner, different things like that to help you out, tutorials on tools, JM Studio itself, which I'm going to have to review some of the JM Studios. I'm kind of wondering if I should have gotten the Smart Grip, but I'll do some scanning before I decide that I need that product. And one of the things I'm going to take advantage from this site is the JM Studio tutorials. JM Studio can have a learning curve, so just be careful with that and be aware of that. It's not just you buy this thing, you whip it around, and you got an STL. There's a process to this that you will have to learn. So that's all the downloads and all the important things. Now I'm going to get ready to power up the scanner and get the software booted up as soon as I have that done. And the reason why I'm not doing it in front of you is because when you boot it up, it asks for a username and password, and you guys don't need my username and password, sorry. So we're going to transition, we're going to fade out, you're going to see that, and we'll get started with playing with our first scan. All right, guys, so this is JM Studio. I've got it up, I'm logged in, and my scanner connected. Now, one tip I will give you that I found out the hard way: do not use a USB hub. This has got to go directly into your USB 3.0 plugs on your computer. If you try to use a hub, it won't detect it, or it'll disconnect and reconnect. If you go directly into your computer, you're going to be fine. So you guys can see here, there's a lot of cool stuff. If you go down to the Learn, there's all their scanners you can learn about. Now, I have a Seal Light, I have a Moose, and I have a Mole. But it shows you scanning modes, what they do, full nice basic tutorial right here for you to kind of learn how to do what you need to do. A lot of cool stuff sitting right here on the quick start. But home is also a great place to know all of your stuff is working. All I got to do is go down to scan. If you notice, there's strobing over me in the picture here. That's because the scanner is actually looking for stuff. And you can see it's picking up my hand now. If I hold my hand at the right spot, it will start picking up. And I'm going to try this. You can see it is kind of picking up my hand and creating a 3D image of my hand. There it goes. Picked up again. And I've got to watch my distance here. So I'm getting out of sight of the scanner. And you can see it's creating a scan of my hand on the screen. There's my thumb coming into view, rotating my hand. And it loses it whenever I get my profile of my hand too thin. Now, one of the tricks with this is you scan in multiple scans. Now, right now, what I'm doing is just one scan, and you can kind of see it's messing with it a little bit. I'm going to try to get more of my hand in here. And it's creating kind of an odd look. I'm going to stop. That took 619 frames of my hand to create what we have there. Now, I probably messed it up. It's my fault. And a lot of times, too, what'll help is if I had a backing behind the scanner here to eliminate items. And this is going to have to go through rebuild the scan and create the data. What you really want to do is probably do several scans and then append it together to make a full model. That's something you can all do within JM Studio. You can export these as STLs and put them in other programs to help clean them up, get rid of some of the pixelations. And you can see the rebuild time is just kind of taking a little while. Now, one of the things I want to talk about and some stuff I see in the 3D community is intellectual property breaches. So 3D scanning opens up a big door. And it's one of those things that's kind of interesting to look at. It's really awesome. I can scan something and recreate the part. The question is, should I do it? Especially when you go into intellectual property, for example, like Warhammer, or someone else, an artist created a physical model and you just want to make your own and scan a buddies and make your own. Is that fair to the artists? That's a question you got to ask. What's the right thing to do? Now, scanning like this is my hand. It's pixelated because I wasn't staying straight. But honestly, what it did in just a few moments of putting my fingers in front of the scanner, it's got my wedding ring. It picked up a lot of detail off my hands. And part of the problem is I just wasn't holding it still enough, probably, and holding it at a good enough distance that it was working right. That's where the turntable kind of comes in and makes things a lot easier for you to do this work. But it's really cool that you can take, for example, someone's head and make a 3D file of it and print it to be on your Warhammer figure or, for whatever item that you need. So the Moose scanner is a really good one. 3dMakerPro has done a great job of creating a device and keeping it affordable. That's where the kicker to these things are, guys. If you go onto the website, these are retailing around $700. A lot of the big scanners you see the big boys using are anywhere from $15,000 to $15,000. So it's kind of one of those things. If you're doing something unique and you want to create a 3D file from something you're working, definitely give the Moose a consideration. It is definitely a very unique and interesting scanner. And so I mentioned that appending another scan. Well, here we go. And guys, if you want, I will do a full video on just this software. So I'm not getting a good enough position for it to scan. So some of it's lighting. There it goes. Now it's picking up some data. And you can tell because there's this right here is kind of showing me losing track. Please move to previous area. It's because I was too close or I was too far away, but I'm just not finding that area again. That's where the turntable comes in handy. You put your item on here and you let it spin, and you kind of do different angles to get your appended file. So we'll leave that for another time, but then you can process the model, go through, get any, I don't have a keyboard handy to do that right now. And you can process it to actually create an STL or object file and export and start working on your 3D model. Really cool functional system, extremely small and portable. Process time to make it's going to depend on your computer or your phone, whichever one you connect this with. But right now, I'll be honest, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to play with it some more and kind of look around in January for a follow-up video, definitely talking more about JM Studio, more about this wonderful product. Again, thank you 3D Maker Pro for sponsoring this video with this product. They sent me the scanner to try completely for free. But go check out their website. Definitely go out there, consider one of these, especially if you've got simple things that you want to create into 3D models and print. A great way to do it. But also keep in mind, do it the right way, do it the fair way, and everything will be just fine. I appreciate you guys joining us for this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button, and definitely hit me down in the comments if you want to follow up to JM Studio and more on 3D scanning. As I said, I've got the mall, I've got the seal light, I've got the miniature table over there to do scanning with. 2025 for me, this is something I really want to learn as I go deeper into 3D modeling. So thank you guys. Enjoy. We'll see you in the next video.